Hello, everybody. We are starting just a minute early. And that is because I want to get through as much as I can with as little time as I have. Some stuff's come up, so today's going to be shorter than normal. So, on that note, let's get started. Fucking a new world quest. Well, let's go activate it. That's not the quest we're going to be working on today, but we might as well activate it. We're going to be dealing with the Fazzy Trail today. We're also going to be starting on Tangerines story mission. Are you here to take commission or deal with other affairs? Why are you both staring at me? Is there something of significance that you'd like to inquire about? We just want to take commission. Understood. You seem like a seasoned adventurer already. You could say that. Then you must be well acquainted with the Adventurers Guild way of operation. Therefore, I won't waste your time going over it. If you have any questions for the Guild, please feel free to ask me at any time. Please pitch in with the commissions in Silver City. Outstanding adventurers like you will surely be great help to the people here. Safe travels, traveler. Out of Strahd. Oh, that was... It was just... weird. Thank you for telling me once more today.
Add Astro.
Let's get dumb resources, okay, okay. Speedy yet efficient is the way away. But more for your hour is better for your health. Already 345. And another 259. Because I've been doing nothing but grabbing them as I see them. You know what? Actually, I need to jump to the Serenity Pod so that I can grab a few things.
This realm is.
Let's see. Yeah. I think I'm starting to run out of Inazuma wood. Doesn't matter as long as I can keep crafting things. finally getting to the Golden Archipelago items.
If you ever have...
But we got our 5 items, which I guess I shouldn't have put more items in, but we can just not collect them until next week. And we're at the 30 mark. Bing, bing. Whole mission. Well, we're gonna first go to Fazzy, so it doesn't matter about the mission.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Cool. They did just give us a teleport point. That's good. I always prefer when they just allow me to teleport to something. Ugh. Okay. Back to taking a picture of people to kill them. Like one of those horror games. Okay, Kokomi again. Okay. Stem fragility, where joints connects, mobility comes at the sacrifice of durability, just like the stem of a leaf. Standard effect, unleash a single blazing burst at the active character's position when dealing pyro damage to nearby opponents. Buffed effect, pyro damage dealt by blazing burst is increased. Okay, but you didn't... Unleashes a single blazing burst at the active character's position, dealing damage to nearby opponents. Okay, I guess.
Hold the line!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Animal hypostasis, senor?
Here comes the catch. Take it easy. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun is over.
Billowing surge! I summon thee!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Enhanced animal module 7... Stand clear!
No rest for the wicked.
Let's move out. Covenant of the Deep! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Things are about to get dicey.
Swirl, Mark 2!
Annihilation.
Uphill battle.
Wow.
Game's up. Fun's over. Busted.
Don't break my glasses.
I'm hitting T, game. There we go. Oh?
Billowing surge.
Here comes the catch.
I summon thee.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Animal Test 6308.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
By royal decree. Animal hypostasis amulet. Covenant of the deep.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I'm so used to having Fischl in 3. That should be everywhere. For the... Should be all 3 rewards. It's over 15. Yeah, spot 7 weaknesses in one go. Obtain a score of 15. Spot 30 weaknesses in one challenge. Okay, so Fazzy Trials. Done. It just wants to show me. Yeah, I didn't want to change the scene room, goddamn you. Is there a complete 4 daily quests and receive bonus rewards from the Adventurers Guild? Oh, okay. It's just they're just showing that now. Okay. Okay, it's reputation. I was like, what is this? What's my little notice? The shortest way to get to something is just to fall on top of it. With arrows! God, if you could die. Okay. Start of the contamination. Tis in Gundharva. Gundharva Villa. Before we go talk to him. God damn it, my waypoints back are gone. I have some spices. Obtained. Now over 100. Yay. Yes. Crab roe is so expensive to make and buy. It's so annoying. I also just got this. Tongling jingling. Butter chicken, a flavorful dish. Juicy chicken is saturated with silky sauce. Every bit orchestrates an elemental symphony of flavor. Oops, before you even knew it, you had already emptied the plate. Dip the flatbread in the sauce. Every last drop of this must go. Now the worst one. The amount of seasoning was clearly miscalculated, and the dish just tastes sickeningly heavy as a result. If you have it with a couple of glasses of water, perhaps you might manage to swallow some. I love like the suspicious ones. Spices and chopped tomatoes were mixed with warm butter and then cooked with a creamy sauce until it went marinated in pan-fried chicken spice pieces. Into it went marinated. Wait. People from Zoomer prefer eating the dish with rice or flatbread, which allows them to savor the dish enticing flavor better. Now we're just going. Hopefully we have enough butter being, I think, the most expensive resource here. Yeah, it is. Yum, spice. Butter's blue, so butter is still more expensive. It's 3 milks. Ooh, we got an extra. All this delicious attack stat. I like how the butter chicken, they're like, everyone eats this. And I'm like, so everyone in Sumer is just raising their attack value. Actually, what is a increases all party members' attack? So it is just straight increase the attack by a flat. Which means everyone in Sumer punches harder. Everyone's just eating buttered chicken. Don't fight someone in Sumer after they've had a meal. You don't know if it's been buttered chicken. They'll fucking clock you in the throat. Kill you in the street. Gets into a bar fight with a man who only eats buttered chicken. Oh my god, he's stacked. Okay. Now I need more spice. Oh no, butter's the same tier. Okay, never mind. It's cheese that I'm thinking of is the higher tier item. Asha?
This is where you've been, Kainari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tainari, everything's spinning.
A child is ill.
Am I going to die? Tell Mom that I should have listened to her. And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because I was scared that she wouldn't play with me anymore. Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened? Tainari, is he...
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then, can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it? Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
I just noticed he has like a little like flower ring.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
Right there. I don't think either of those are native to Shuma.
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
Why can I see Paimon's stars through the leaf there?
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind.
Hey, I got Vasanti seeds.
A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right.
Are we like actually unlocking the desert?
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go.
I'm like, the thing I have doesn't look like a shriveled weed. I'm pretty sure it's also Vasanti. Vasmeriti. Not Vasanti.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
How far? How far is far? Not running that whole way, Chad.
Take it easy.
It's a real good thing I just broke the internet a little from, you know, wiping everyone's minds.
Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently.
The Academia.
They were mechanical parts that we got from the Academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
No people?
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
Actually, I totally believe you.
What the heck? The Avidya forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this. It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs on all future purchases of any...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right. We'll go and have a word.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was one person. This is 3 people game.
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of Mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
Really? Because it doesn't seem like you are.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanical crab? This is rough.
Okay. So, the Academia made a robot crab? Or it's leftover crab? From you-know-what, Chad.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest, so instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby. Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
So, you people are just idiots. That man was 10 feet away.
Things! Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things. Or the Mora you made. That would be the most efficient method, but it only goes after mechanical components. This doesn't make any sense.
It does if it's trying to repair something.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you planning to...
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and sumpter beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
We actually are, because it's a horrifying degree.
Oh, trading sure is dangerous. Not only do you have to contend with the wits of others.
Yeah, you should have known that already.
We can't let it get.
You're a fucking
What
belly aching, belly aching, belly aching.
You know, I always thought it looked kind of familiar.
Why do you say that? Fucking goddamn this whole country and its magical amnesia. It's a great D&D trope, but all of you have Alzheimer's. I swear, it's the one connecting factor between all of you is that you all have Alzheimer's and don't remember a damn thing.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
Okay. We'll start from here and have the Sumpter Beast with the components on board lead the way. This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
The Sumpter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it. Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably didn't feed their animals as scheduled. Let's give it...
All right, it's moving again.
Chululu?
Did you hear something?
Kolu.
Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan was talking about? It's charging straight at us!
It looks strong. Be careful.
Emerge, right here.
Scatter!
I'm always watching. Right now. Emerge.
Propagate!
Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical parts?
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. Keep an eye on it. I'll search around the area for the caravan's goods. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. Any objections? You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? How about you help us with something? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to repair something. It also doesn't look like this is its natural form. It's way too shiny, way too new.
It reacted!
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response upon seeing mechanical components.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into the contaminated region?
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter, so it would be difficult to conduct a thorough search. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, our new friend here seems to be full of secrets. I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe, it would be best to have a guide lead the way.
Paimon gets it now. Does this guy settler understand what you're saying?
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we can simply follow along.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us here. No running off. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another mechanical part as a reward. Understood? I'm not sure, but our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components and to purchase Vasanti grass to make medicine with. We should return, but before we do, we need to set up a few traps. Can't have that crab escaping.
God, one of them has come to life. The game's like, you have to feel bad about killing hilly trolls because they're people who've been cursed. And now the game's like, now you have to feel bad about killing ruin creatures because now they could be alive. My ear.
Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for us! Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay you. Wait, didn't you want to purchase Vasanti grass? Don't worry about the price. They're on the house. How many do you need?
2 is enough.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in some more.
No need. I've already received a reward from you.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't worth much compared to this merchandise.
But those parts are very useful to me. Just like the Vasanti grass. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder, the forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are still present. Take caution on this route.
Noted. Thank you all ever so much.
Let's return to the
Should've
village.
fucking
The earlier
noted
we
that
can give the
before.
child medicine, the sooner he'll start feeling better.
Yara. Okay, now the game is like, okay, now you're gonna walk. I think I went to the wrong one. I did go to the wrong one. I meant to go to this one. Because zippity doo da day.
Oh, hi there, Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
God, who has her voice actor played before? Because I've heard Master before.
Oh, okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I don't think he finds me very approachable. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better, and his temperature is returning to normal. That's wonderful! Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier, and he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you. Can I ask what happened?
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear I asked you to?
Of course I did. Are you going somewhere far away?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin to compare to you.
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize they weren't as difficult as you once thought they were. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit. You don't have to emulate me.
That's right! You'll do great, Kale. Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
We'll be all right. You'll understand the reason for this excursion once we arrive at the contaminated region. You put too much confidence in me. Anyway, like you said, things will likely be uneventful. Let's return and find that crab.
The start of contamination into the hinterland. Look for the mechanical crab. It should be exactly where we left it. Yeah, it just went to sleep.
We're here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here. Odd.
It's like I didn't leave. I just like sitting in the water.
You honored our agreement and waited here until we return. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidya forest to become like this?
To the contaminated zone. Huh?
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
Okay. The Sumer rose affected by the ley lines. It seems a little different than normal. I was, of course, going to take it. We don't leave things behind like that. Hey, look, there's another one.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways.
I do like the flexing of his little arms.
If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Jump.
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source. That's right.
Oh, defensive.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Thanks, game, for like starting them with all the advantage there.
That's all of them.
I'm slowly dying.
Hey, where are you? Wait for us. Let's hurry and keep up.
Why are we following the crab further?
The mechanical crab went that way. Let's keep up.
Gotta collect them all, you know.
Help! Help!
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Here comes the catch.
Propagate! Germinate!
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge. Right now.
Busted.
Barbados, guide us.
I was actually going to put the thing.
Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
AKA, calm down.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical monsters and kill me. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died. I gotta get out of here. Ah, yes. Yes. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. It'd be best if you stayed far, far away from them. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms. Those things should be annihilated.
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal. So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
It's so hard to understand.
Alright, regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it, or rather its owner, is collecting so many components, I'm not sure. It's getting late, so let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow, after a night's rest. Hey, over here! Come on, you big lummox, raise your head and look up!
Jesus! You know what? Now I'm gonna go get these roses. Just to spite you. I took all of 2 seconds. You called me a lummox. Now we're gonna get that thing. We're doing all the things. You get to wait up there. Oh, I missed one. Look at that, I'll have to do it all over again.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Let's set up camp here.
Oh, was he talking to the robot crab?
Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh, Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
You're not wrong, but the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from the water vapor below. Rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful when spending the night in damp places. For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent, you'll be in charge of making the fire, and Paimon will forage for edibles nearby.
Leave it to Paimon. Paimon's a pro.
I'm not expecting that much. Just do what you can.
Paimon comes back with like 10,000 things.
That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside is that they produce a lot of smoke.
Traveler, Tainari, Paimon couldn't find any food. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. There were all sort of weird-looking mushrooms. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on top suddenly started moving. It freaked Paimon.
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they fled. Little did they know that you were more scared than they were. Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. I'll forage for food. Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system. I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is one reason.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. All right, here's another for you. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight. You two can sleep first. I'll wake you up later.
We need lookouts?
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't completely let down our guard. It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices so poisonous insects don't come crawling into the tent. Have a good night. Not too good, though. You're still...
Actually, I never sleep. I'd point that out first.
Paimon's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This is like when we just started adventuring together. Nighty-night.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body. Speaking of which, have you seen the crab? It was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went. So you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably disrupted the natural flow of the ley lines. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years, so the origin of these creatures is very suspect. Topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Spontama for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown themselves into such research.
Probably because Conria.
They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical lifeform that could help humanity conquer nature.
Hey.
However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. They can never possess self-awareness like us or other living organisms. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. Research on mechanical life forms was thus banned. The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? Maybe this subject will be unbanned in a few years. That's a difficult question to answer. I'm interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes. It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors and the Veluka Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. The blood of my people were born from this symbiotic relationship. So to me, all life is important. To understand life, you must first respect it. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia. By placing yourself above other life forms, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it. Coffee? Did you prepare this for us? All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, you're not planning on using it. Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right. Suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about to go to sleep. Leave it with him. The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Ah, pretty. The nighttime's still better.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night. Really? You're not mad? Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon.
I'm rarely cruel to Paimon like the rest
Quick
of
question. Do you feel off at all? Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence. We'll be heading out earlier today. I'll take down the tent.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame. Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We don't want to affect the ecosystem here.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right. Let's meet back here later.
How do you put out a fire?
Paimon! We have been camping before.
Alright, now that the fire's out, we just need to pack up the cooking pot.
Oh my god, Paimon, I'm going to kill you.
Guess it'll have to wait until we return. I also just remembered that I forgot to apply essential oil to my tail. You probably noticed that it isn't as glossy as usual. Perhaps one night doesn't make too much of a difference. I'll make a new blend when we get back. It should make up for last night. I should have some leftover herbs from last month.
So he doesn't like people touching his ears, but he's really self-conscious on how his tail looks. You are an Anubis dog.
All right, it's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may encounter more berserk machines. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to avoid conflict. Try to conserve as much energy as possible until we reach the source of the contamination.
So, stealth mission? Look, little pots.
As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
Oh, defeat them. Okay, like, he was talking all this shit about not fighting.
Emerge, right now, right here.
Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, hello.
Right now, right here, right now. Gotcha. I'm always watching. Right here, emerge, right now.
Quietly now.
Emerge, right now. I swear by my sword.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Scatter!
It stopped here.
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different.
Yeah, that's way more vibrant.
Leyline energies are also stronger here. This may be the place we've been looking for. Ready yourselves. We're going in.
Can I get the flower first? Yes, I can. I also know that there's one over here. As I run away. Don't worry, guys. I'm just looking for more flowers. I know that's super important in this moment. Truly, this takes priority over solving the issue. I need materials, chat. Don't shame me, chat. No, stop it. Maps are important to any good MMORPG or JRPG. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm at 144. Oh, look, we're gonna get a shard. Yay! Bring Pyro is what it wants. I'm like, do I bring him? You know what? I can actually solve this. Where the hell is that? Oh, we must be near that area. He must be up here? I don't know. That's something to deal with later. I'm like, that's not my issue right now, mate. Oh, paramedic transformer. I forgot about that last night when I was streaming. I got like 1,500 of this. Max it.
Show them. Right here.
Yes. So much good shit. I actually recently saw someone who didn't know about the paramedic transformer, and they were already AR-55, and I was like, oh, dude, you can't be living your life like this. You can't exist like this. You have to have better care for yourself. Okay. Now, we're not gonna bring Hu Tao. We want to bring Hu Tao. We love Hu Tao. But we're gonna bring Clay.
Clay can help.
And then we have all 4 elements, see? And this will be a challenge, because I'll just have my EM. Didn't even need the fucking Traveler. God damn it.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They make this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Phew!
Can't see? Ha!
His thing lasts a really long time. Are we gonna find a corpse or a living person?
What is this?
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device, it's extracting energy from the ley lines without end. Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences? The ley lines won't be able to repair themselves if their flow is perpetually disrupted like this.
That's terrible. We have to stop it.
Can't just break it.
Paimon see. Paimon doesn't see controls anywhere.
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in ley line energy, which may cause irreversible damage to you. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing.
Wait, you're also vulnerable to the ley lines, right? We're staying. We can't leave you here by yourself.
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit here, then there must be a trapdoor somewhere.
You know where it is? Hey, wait for us!
Did he just walk through, like... Kill me. Do it. Bet you can. Yes, because treasure right now is the most important.
What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Hey, look, a corpse.
Look, someone's here. Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn off that machine now. Why aren't you saying anything? Too ashamed?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. What exactly happened here? Almost forgot about you. Here, this is the last one.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going. The file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take a look. Maybe we can piece together what happened here.
You must set, chat.
This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes continue further. Let's head in.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment, and based on its serial number, it's from 2 years ago.
Tape recording?
Yes, the Spontima created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final production into a tape. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable. That's why they are only used in some laboratories and do not see wider usage.
Come on, let's watch it.
Well, we do
Hold
have
on.
cameras.
Let me figure out how to play the tape. There. Okay, this should do it.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins, and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being. It's fine. You will understand. One day, you will understand me.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right? And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something?
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life forms.
Junior researcher?
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Abatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and
Especially
see
because
if
we're
we can
dying
find
right
the tape
now.
recordings.
Propagate!
That's where we'll have to go in a second.
Look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon see. It's from a half a year ago!
That's quite the time gap. I wonder what happened in between.
Gradually begins to
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the chela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order?
He is constantly flexing.
Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his experiments.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with ley lines?
Let's keep looking around.
He definitely just tried to harness ley line powers. And then got the back end of, don't fuck with magic, man. Like,
Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. Doesn't seem like Abatui put it there.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sorting.
It's hard to say. These are the last 2 tape recordings. Let's watch them.
Well, boy, not talking.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I did something even more dangerous. I've officially activated the 3rd generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I want to turn you into a living, breathing, and talking being. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response. You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords.
He's too involved to realize what he's done.
Karkata, I wish you could speak to me. Even just once. Yes, you cannot understand me, so you cannot answer me either. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have to as well. I don't have any other choice. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus... of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Karkata, come help me. Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control. Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying. In the end, It's just like the Academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. My research... Was there any point to it at all? I'm sorry, Kakata. In the end, I still wasn't able to turn you into a true mechanical life form.
Wow.
I see. So the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor. This eventually resulted in severe damage to the ley lines.
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire like the other machines?
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. To Abatui, only a machine with these features could be considered a mechanical life form. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the Academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of an experimental product, he would have noticed. Karkata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand. First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down.
It doesn't realize, Karkata hasn't realized that Abatui is dead. And it wanted mechanical parts because that's what it uses to repair itself. So it wanted to repair him. Do you think me fool? I know you wouldn't put nothing on the ground.
More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze.
I'm gonna go not the way I was told to. Cause rewards. Nope, just a circle. Is it truly? Is it truly? Oh, I can jump off. It will let me. It looks like it will. And the other way. We look for all the mysteries, chat. That's what we do. We look for the things. So, can't destroy the bubbles. Clearly the bubbles are trying to kill me. Fuck bubble machines.
Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
Just checking. I just want to make sure. And yeet!
Enshroud!
Right now. Emerge.
I meant to hit 5.
I'll uproot you! One with the forest!
Right now. Emerge. Right here. Gotcha. Fine, go!
Huh. Keep up. Let's nip that in the bud.
Right now. Emerge. Right now. Nothing lasts forever.
Things are about to get dicey.
Woo! Pew!
Can't see? This should be the control unit.
Yelan and Tangerine don't work well together because Yelan's alternate requires a normal attack and his stuff requires charged attacks.
Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also shut down. Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata. Let's head back.
Ah, there it is. I was like, where's the point to go? Another chest. Rewards and things and things.
Keep up.
Ah. Like, the door is now open. That guy's a pretty evil dude. He ripped out a living thing's instincts. He's like, where do I put the parts? No, stay.
So, Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned, and how that restored it to an operational state. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. No one knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Abatui had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same with modern tools.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tainari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts. It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while.
Before you lies a non-operational Karkata and a lifeless Abatui. All he wanted was his master back, though his master killed a bunch of things to make him that. This is awkward.
The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification devices will handle the rest. Moving on, those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale. According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here. Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You're not familiar with this research after all, so you tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and then get some sleep.
He's gonna go
We can
hide
discuss matters tomorrow.
Karkata.
Oh, and don't talk about Abatui. The fewer that know about mechanical life form research, the better.
All right. Then let's go back to Catherine.
Why did you say that like Catherine's our mom?
Why are you still here? I'll take care of this. Go and report to the Adventurers Guild, and then get some rest.
Yeah, he's just gonna go hide Karkata. The Subaru tree. Bloom bloom. Garden of Memories. I'd also point out that like the Academia is allowing Catherine to exist. And she is like nearly there, mates. So I don't know what this bullshit is. Oh, I thought he was inside the pod. I was like, is he in the pod?
Anyway, so the contaminated region turned out to be a ley line.
I see. Thank you for your hard work. Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an announcement for residents to resume their normal activities. This is the stipulated reward. Please accept it.
Is Karkata going to be... It's already damaged, but Paimon feels sad thinking about it getting disassembled. Oh, then how about we find Tainari tomorrow and ask him not to do that? Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tainari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. We'll probably make him mad if we go now, huh? Alright then, we'll find Tainari tomorrow and tell him not to disassemble Karkata.
We're not letting the dog crab robot die. Is essentially what that is.
How are you feeling? Sleep well? We should go find Tainari. How do you think we should ask him?
Oh, I've not been here yet. I've gotten, like, the waypoint. But I didn't realize okay, we're going in. I asked Mr. Hasm about my term paper and got just a glare from him again. Was it the same question you asked him about last time? Yeah, I have adjusted the lighting conditions, but I still can't get the desired outcome. When I asked him, he just said something like, "You ran too far, you should go back and check it." But I've confirmed over and over again the original idea couldn't meet the requirement of the fruit's sweetness. I think you might have misunderstood. Is it possible that there's something wrong with your projections? Are you saying it was all wrong from the start? Paradise Dahe? So many resumes are sent in every day only for me to find none that can be used. What's the point? You mean, the academia welcomes talent from all walks of life. After all, the talented are best known by the want of them. But some coworkers of mine are rash to recommend everyone. My desk is now inundated with piles of resume. With all due respect, most of them are just garbage. The more imbeciles we take in, the more stupid things we'll have to deal with every day. It threatens our efficiency. I don't know what's on their mind. I'm not saying that there's not a single capable candidate, but it's so rare. As for students who graduate from academia, they may not have working experience, but they have developed good research habits and attitudes in years of study. We should give our own students more chances instead of recruiting untrustworthy outsiders with fake reputations. Like, she's right. In some degrees. Sometimes you can find a diamond in the rough.
Shh, keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thameliaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect, can be made into an anesthetic powder. Extrapolating from these two datasets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down. I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble Karkata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said, according to the Academia's policies...
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine. I suppose I wasn't clear enough about this yesterday.
No, you were clear. Paimon's just an idiot.
What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the Academia discover that place. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spontama. Who knew it would prove useful one day? We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. Most of it was burned to hide the evidence. I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidya Forest. I have a duty to protect all life in the forest. All life brought forth in this world has meaning. And Karkata is no exception. If it exists, then it shouldn't be carelessly abandoned or destroyed.
That's great! Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Karkata as a true living being now?
The possibility exists, is all. It's hard to explain Karkata's efforts to repair Abatui. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands he installed? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the possibility exists. I am willing to believe in that. By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the very least, it can record my experiments. What do you think?
And unanswerable problems. He seems happy. I'm gonna steal some flowers. Just snaggy roodles. Brightwood. Gonna need it for building all the fucking items in my room. Do the small ones even give? Photo next to Karkata. Photo of Tainari and Abute. Abute had a bright smile in this one. Even the small ones give wood. Okay. Now I have to punch them in the face.
When people at the academia included me in a group photo, they would also send me a copy. I have zero interest in group photos, but I also wouldn't just throw them away. I stored them all in a box. After coming back yesterday, I looked through them and found one with Abatui. I gave it to Karkata, and it seemed happy. That's good enough.
Oh? One of the main groups for Tanari always has the same expression and doesn't seem to be interested in taking pictures. Okay. We actually finished that quest earlier than I expected we would. Let's explore. What's around here? Who's here? What is this fucking place? Touch the plants in the garden, especially the plants in the laboratory. Because they are rare. I guess it's part of the reason. I'm just a merc guarding this place, so I don't really know much about these plants. But tragic incidents where researchers lost months or even years of progress have occurred quite a few times here in the past, and they were all because some plants were accidentally damaged. Sounds really sad, right? I would go mad if all the money I made over the years was lost overnight. So when I think of it like that, I pay extra attention to the safety of these plants. An unusual floral fragrance permeates the air. I really would love to stay a little longer. And you are. I'm a Forest Ranger of Vidia Force. I'm in charge of liaisons between the Forest Rangers and Paradis Dayhigh. We send regular reports on ecological situations in Avidia Forest to Paradis Dayhigh, and Paradis Dayhigh provides us with all kinds of assistance. For example, we recently received quite a bit of seeds and nutrients that Paradis Dayhigh supplied for free. The Forest Rangers are in charge of selecting suitable planting areas, or for distributing seeds to nearby villages so that we can all add a little more green to the rainforest. Well, that's a good endeavor. Solid planning. It's so difficult for students to buckle down nowadays. Hi, you got any questions? Go ahead. You're not a student here to ask questions? That's great. Of course they can, but it matters what kind of questions they're asking. Students nowadays, they are asking questions before even reading through their textbooks. It's so hard to know the basics first. These little bastards keep bothering me. Even my good temper failed me. But ever since I started to do it in my old classmate Tanari's way, yelling, "Don't move anything, don't touch anything. If you don't already know all about something, then don't ask about it," to them several times, they kind of figured what was going on and stopped bothering me with stupid questions. It was brutal, but at least I taught them to think independently. So this place is why the academia won't let go of Tainari. Because he's still essentially part of the academia. This is an offshoot of the academia, this place. Even though he says, I have nothing to do with them. He's still actively conducting research. Because he's here. Collecting wood from the plant place. People here are really bad at keeping conversation going. So lame. Hello. Oh, hello. I really meet anyone here who would start a conversation with me. Great hero, where are you from? What are you doing here? I'm not making this up. The people in this garden are so boring. All they ever say to a question is, I don't know, I'm not sure, and stop asking about it. I expected working away from the city to be fun, but accepting work in the city with the Corpse of 30 seems much better now. Without the Corpse of 30, they're the biggest group of the Emeranites in Sumeru, and they mainly focus on work in Sumeru City. Even the color of their clothes are different. I don't know why they're called the Corpse 30. I've seen far more of them than that. Maybe it's because they frequently corroborate with the Academy, and that air of seriousness is rubbed off on them, so I don't really like them. What's the point of saying all of that? Aren't I working for the Academia too? Luckily, I'm not anywhere near the sages, so I have a little more freedom. Watashi! The environment here is so nice that even I feel like staying and attending classes. Studying is a good thing. In my opinion, it's half and half. If you are good at studying, you don't have to worry about making a living. But if you are too good, I hear there's a risk of going mad. So it's best for an ordinary person like me to just look for a job that suits me. Oh right, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm a supplier, and I mainly provide Paradacea Daiha with basic supplies. You can contact me too if you need any daily necessities. I'll keep that in mind. Good, looking forward to hearing from you then. If not for the business, we can still shake hands for becoming friends. Please accept this as a gift from me. I'm sure it'll be useful someday. Yeah, that will be. Donna. Days feel like years while I wait for this. What are you waiting for? An outcome that will decide my future. It's my application to remain in school after graduation. I heard that the competition to join the academia has been growing in intensity. People are giving recommendations to Miss Kima every day. I wonder if I still have a chance. No, I must stay confident. Based on the results of my final paper, I still have quite the advantage. It was on Perdasara. Do you know that there are very few plantations of Paradasara due to its harsh requirements for the environment? If it's possible to develop a stabler variety, then it will be able to greatly improve the efficiency of growing Paradasara. I promised quite an effective solution in my graduation paper. If I can stay in school and continue my research after graduation, I'm certain that I'll be able to make a bigger breakthrough. Hearing you say this, I feel a bit more relieved. Anyway, I've done the best I could. Now it's all up to destiny. By the way, these are the Paradasara I cultivated during my research. Smells amazing, right? Please take them as a gift. I just hope all your wishes will come true. Speaking of magic flowers. Did I keep the roses? It does not look like they let us keep the roses, mates. Even though we collected so many of them. For ourselves. Yep. I am not seeing it. Yep, they stole our strange flowers.
Scatter!
I must have already gotten that. Okay, we got one more area in this place. It seems to observe. This side. The mercenary shouldn't be a bad person, right? The place is just full of plants, so there's nothing worth taking for him. Which mercenary? Oh, I was talking about Mr. Shaney, who guards the place. I've never seen such an inquisitive person in the Ember Knights. I always thought the Ember Knights were a group of reserved brutes, but I was gravely mistaken. I have nothing against friendly people, but he keeps asking about what's being done here and what's being stored there. It overwhelms me a little. It's mainly because he looks so curious, so he doesn't seem like he's scheming something, and I can't bother Matra for just a few questions of his, so I have to deal with him as best I can. An introvert. This is Paradise Diha, a research site for the biology. You can meet researchers studying topics of plants, shroomkin, and even insects here. They're mostly researchers and students of the academia, and some are close collaborators with Paradise Diha. For example, a forest watcher of Gandhava Villa used to spend all his time here while he was studying. Even if he has left the academia now, he still comes here, often to conduct research. His research findings are very precious, so Paradise Diha is willing to assist the forest rangers in their work too. Call it mutual beneficial cooperation.
Take it easy.
Yep, the game has unloaded them. Which is fine. But that's probably what I'm going to call it for today. short as I have other things I have to attend to. So, thank you guys for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, you guys.